Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to catch up with Kessner. Today, I have a Chicago-based preacher, community activist, and a new brother in Christ. So go ahead, everyone. If you are appreciating these types of stories, really want to support us, like, share, subscribe, follow, download the episode, the channel. We both really appreciate that. But Chuck, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you, man, for just allowing me to be a part of this. I'm excited to talk. I'm excited to just, have a conversation, man, about certain things. And so thank you for extending the opportunity, man.
No, pleasure's all mine. So to start us off, for the people that don't know who you are, Chuck, really quickly, who are you?
Yeah,
What are you up to? We'll start off with that.
awesome. Well, I'm Charles DeLoach. Everybody calls me Chuck. People call me Red. That's my middle name, or just my last name, DeLoach. I have a lot of names people call me, but that's my name. I'm from Chicago Heights, Illinois. That is a suburb of Chicago. That's where I'm from. Grew up in that area. I currently reside in Chicago, in the Washington Park neighborhood. I am currently an associate pastor at Chicago City Life Center Church in Chicago, Illinois. I am a part of a faith-based activist group called Urban Reformers out of Chicago. I do a lot of community organizing. I love sports. Played football all through high school, 4 years of college football as well.
Nice.
So I'm a football head. So and love to work out. Just love nature. I'm a big kid at heart, so love kid movies. I love stuff like that, man. And just love hope. Try to give people hope, and that's me in a nutshell. That is good.
I'm sure the journey to become a preacher, right? Not many can relate to that. Not many people can relate to that. It's a very special and sacred lifestyle. So, this feeling of growing up into a leadership role as a preacher must be both fulfilling and exhausting at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of, it's a phrase that an old preacher used to say. He said it's a blessing and a burden at the same time.
There you go.
It is definitely, I feel like when you do it right, it is a blessing and a burden. And I guess I could talk about that. I think it's just so many, especially, I mean, of course, I'm a younger preacher. I'm 25. And so, this idea of a preacher, I can say it's real for me, because I'm driven to do it, and I cannot see myself doing anything without it.
That's amazing.
Just that call to preach, the call to serve, right? And when they said, the preacher said is, they'll tell you, a call to preach is a call to study, a call to just dig in His Word and to just know more about it and to read, and it's a call to truly prepare yourself, man, and to just go deeper. I say it's real because like it's something like really I cannot, like, if there's nothing else, like I can do a lot of things, but if I'm not able to preach, it's just like I don't know, man, it's weird. So I truly thank God for but I would say I identified my calling at a time where, like, it wasn't really popular too at the age that I was, Not, I didn't really see many social media preachers. I didn't see really many, like, there was really no glamour attached to it. I say it was real because today you do have a lot of social media.
Right.
People see a lot of ministers and people's ministries through social media.
Of course.
And it could be attractive. It could be very appealing. It could look really nice. It brings followers. It brings likes. It brings views. And that alone will draw people to the call for the wrong reason.
I like that.
And I see many people who are in it but aren't in it. I know I'm in it because I put it like this. I know the Lord's truly calling, because no matter how I feel, if I'm sad, if I'm upset, if I'm angry, if I'm happy, if I'm irritated, if I'm down, if somebody called me to preach, I'm going. You know, and like unless I physically cannot open my mouth,
Yeah.
like I remember one time I had a migraine, bro. I had a migraine, and I was driving to the church, and I remember it started to happen, and man, wow, like before I preached, it like hit, and while I'm preaching, I had this migraine, dude.
Wow.
And then I remember just being done and driving home, and like my head is blasting. But then like just like the fact of like it just supersedes feeling, man.
Wow.
When the calling is real, it
Yeah.
goes beyond what you feel. Um, it is a call. It's one of my pastors that ordained me. He said called the ministry of inconvenience. That
Mm.
true ministry, true preaching is you doing it when you don't feel like it,
Yeah.
doing it in season and out of season, man. You know, I will say it's a season for preaching. It is. It is a
Mm-hmm.
season where everybody's trying to find a word from something outside of this world.
Mm.
And it's a season that everybody's really they got their ears pitched to the preacher. But then again, it's gonna be a season when it's not, right? So it's being willing to do it, man, when you ain't when you ain't getting the views, when it's not popular. Um, and that's something that I know in me that I have, and it's a struggle. It ain't easy, man.
I'm sure it
But
is.
when you realize it's bigger, and I think I've said this: the more that I tune into God's presence, the more the call becomes more real.
Mm.
And it's more than just preaching. It is a my calling. Any calling that you have, whether it's preaching, I don't know what it's many calling. Whatever you God has called you to do, it should pull you closer to God, and not yourself. And if you pull closer to yourself, you'll fall. And that's where pride comes in, man. So yeah, bro, it's a struggle for sure, but it's a blessing. It's a big blessing. It's a bigger
Definitely.
blessing than anything. Yeah.
But Chuck, you know, we've talked so much about your love for Jesus and how a lot of that was attested to God giving you such a loving family, but also that spirit and that gift at an early age. We've talked a lot about what it means to struggle through this leadership role as a preacher, and not a lot is seen behind the background of processing both the humanly views and what God has for us in the Word, and trying to combine those two together to make it meaningful for other people. But we also talked about what it means to really serve one another through
Mm,
community empowerment, and really processing this idea of justice and
yeah,
forgiveness and community uplifting and activism. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time today to really process with
man.
this for me.
Yeah,
A lot of good things that we talked about.
man. It was awesome, man. I love talking about this stuff, and
Hmm.
um, I'm glad that you're willing to talk about it, man, and to just hear and to share this
Hmm.
content, man. It is definitely. Hopefully, I've whoever's listening to this podcast, I hope I've helped you in some way and give you a different insight, a deeper insight
Hmm.
into what you may see um, in the media, you know.
Definitely.
So, yeah,
For everyone
yeah, man.
listening, thank you so much for tuning in today. Like I said, let us know what you're processing. Let us know your favorite part of the podcast. We both appreciate that. Comment that below, but continue, most importantly, to share each other's stories and find meaning and action through those stories. So, Chuck, until the next time, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Man, I appreciate you, man. Till next time, for sure.
Talk to you later.
All right.